going to jump right into your twin flame love reading. If you're not sure if you're in a twin flame connection, feel free to Google it, but if you are, chances are you know. So this will be for the twin flame connection of the sign of Pisces. Take what resonates, toss the universe what does not. Feel free to roll reverse if you're, fit better in your partner's energy over here, and you know what I mean. Don't force anything to fit, okay? Take that deep breath in and exhale whenever you feel so inclined to do so, Pisces, and that's just going to help you balance your energies, prepare for the messages, and essentially let you kind of just release any stress or anything that you've been carrying through today. All right, if you are new or returning to the channel, welcome. So happy to have all of you. Thank you so much for smashing that like button, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It means so much to me, and I love to get to know all of you. So feel free, please do, to drop a comment. All right, Pisces, let's get down to it. Spirit's urging me to sort of get into the message here. So we're going to take out some oracle cards. I usually do this in meditation before the reading. But I was urged to kind of just be receptive to Spirit. Ironically, receptive card comes out here for you. Be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. Sometimes twin flame relationships can be very kind of tumultuous. They go through a separation period, and then there's a runner and a chaser. It's not a heavy dynamic, but a very connected one, right? You're mirroring your energy. So there is definitely a sense of, if you haven't met your twin flame, in your past life, this is you really understanding that connection in this lifetime. We have Cupid coming out here for you as well. Love is in the air and Cupid's all around. And we have embrace what destiny has in store for you. We have destiny and fate coming out here. And I think those are all very much inclinations of a true, twin flame connection, right? One that has that powerful connection that's undeniable. One that you can, you will never, once you're in one, you'll never feel a connection like that in any other way, shape, or form. That kiss is magical. It's transcendent, right? Openness, be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships and respect your relationships. All right, Pisces. True love comes when you least expect it. Like I said, tumultuous energies come and go in twin flame dynamics, right? There's a heavy energy, and you guys will often hurt each other and go through many, life lessons together and some apart, but it'll ultimately bring you back together for, the greatest part of your connection if you guys can overcome it, right? Pardon me. That's coming in for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. We will draw a twin flame ascension card at the end, and essentially I'll read that from the book. And we'll see what comes out for you. It's quite powerful, and I love the deck. It's a truly uplifting and enlightening deck in regards to twin flame dynamics and how they operate in our relationships, okay? But beyond that, we're going to draw the last oracle deck just to see what cards coming in. We got that leg up coming out in reverse. I feel like you could feel like maybe your partner isn't, supporting you in the ways that you need them to support you. And, that can be a tough time to go here in reverse. So you feel like you're not walking away. I don't feel like you're ready to walk away. This is time honestly, maybe you've been through that time of walking away. You're coming back, and essentially, but you're looking at the support, your connections in this dynamic for some of you as well. Got poised down as well here, and come to the edge in reverse. I feel like one or both of you is sort of resistant. I feel like one is, one person's kind of trying to lead the other to making a decision here in regards to something, to take a chance on something. Somebody's a little bit reluctant. So you could be the reluctant one, Pisces, here. So you could be feeling like you're not going to get fooled into this sort of bullshit nonsense of trying again in some way. You're not going to be fooled by their antics again. And this person's like, no, I really have changed. I really want this in a different way with you. And you're like, no, I'm not buying it. There's a real sense of you're not buying this energy. As much as you want it, I feel like you're not. You're very poised, and you know, you've looked back at where you left and where you're going wrong in some way, in some dynamic here. Now, like I said, no matter what, if this is a twin flame reading, but it doesn't mean you're in, you know, whether you're in separation with your twin flame right now or you're in, you know, magical, passionate love right now. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Pisces, we're going to take out your energy over here and then your partner's energy. Feel free to roll reverse. Like I said, do not force it to fit. Then we will grab some clarifying energies to sum it all up. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Pisces for love. Twin flame connection. No matter how much you love and want this person, no matter how much the emotional connection or the spiritual or the physical connection is there, you know, sometimes when that person isn't ready to meet us halfway, then we ultimately will never get what we want out of that dynamic until that person is ready to meet us exactly where we're showing up at, right? And yourself as well. So that's important to pay attention to. So you have the Hierophant card coming out in reverse. A sense of breaking away from tradition. That Four of Pentacles coming out in reverse as well. Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. A lot of Taurus energy. You could be dealing with Taurus, that's for sure. There's someone that's really against tradition, like, you know, was focusing on the money, their wealth, sorry, that was my bad. A sense of tradition or what they believed to be tradition. Maybe this is a marriage as well. That's sort of, you know, was. This could be an arranged marriage for some of the people. I'm sort of getting that energy as well. For some of you, not all of you, will that fit? We've got that Sovereign card coming out here. So I won't show that image too long because of YouTube standards, but that Sovereign card coming out for me is strong for you. This is Aries energy. And yeah, that is the Emperor in traditional tarot. Way too many cards coming out there. Queen of Swords, so won't show that image too long as well either. Very sort of cut a bitch, sort of intellectually kind of calculated energy with that. And that could be because you're sort of getting your sense of strength back, your mind over matter back. That Corona Wands, Queen of Wands card coming out, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I really want to see there's a powerful energy with that coming out. We also have that Tower card coming out in reverse for you, Pisces. This is a good energy to have, the Tower card in reverse, because I feel like you're letting go of the structures here, the what bound you to this energy. You know, we have the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, as well as that Five of Cups here. Definitely heart-piercing despair. In, you know, underlying energy, that King of Swords, there's definitely strong, fierce energy coming in, and I feel like maybe I keep hearing like a fight, you know, that no one was quite prepared for. We will break your energy down in a second. I just want to draw your partner's cards right here to see if you guys are kind of operating on the same page, completely different realms. What's going on here? Can I draw Pisces twin flame and partner's energy, Sun and Rising? The Tower underneath, you know, the Sovereign suggests to me a little bit, Pisces, that you could just be, the Tower moment has already happened, and it's kind of brought you out of your, you know, sense of despair or longing or crushing, you know, realization that there was something breaking apart here. Helpless and hopeless coming out for your partners, the first card out. Yeah, I feel like they feel helpless and hopeless because they may not feel like they're losing you in some way, and I feel like they're not sure what to do to fix the connection anymore. Seven of Cups, daydreams and decisions coming out here for your partner's energy. Again, feel free to roll reverse. Decisions, questions. A lot of, I feel like there's a lot of questions around some issue here. There's, opportunities. Again, I feel like one person is really trying to convince somebody to lead the way in some way. We have Blossom, Judgment card coming out here. And we have that Challenging Times card coming out underneath that Helpless and Hopeless. I feel like your partner's been going through some challenging times where there's been a lot of decisions to make here. One, coming together here. Two of Cups underneath those daydreams and underneath that Seven of Cups, right, is coming out. So there's choices around love here, whether, whoa, we won't take these ones, but we'll take the one that flew over here. Sacral chakra. Okay, there's a sense of balancing of the chakra that's needed here. That enlightenment, which I feel like is prevalent when that Blossom card is coming out, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're sort of awakening into these, after you it's going to present challenging times for your partner in a sense. There's awaiting results, and the Fool card coming out as well here. Bottom of the deck, another 7 moved. This Chariot card into new vitality, clarity of belief coming out. Whatever this is, Pisces, I feel like for some this is going to be an energy of separation already, but for some this is going to be an energy where something is going to cause an energy for you both just to go in a period of separation, whether it's long term or just short term. That is kind of dependent on you, right? 1 second. Sorry about that. All right, so let's jump in. Immediately we got that Hierophant in reverse. I feel like this is you, Pisces, releasing those traditions. Okay, now also no longer sort of relying on the power of authority in anybody else's way, whether this be your partner or somebody else is always trying to give you that know-it-all advice that you have to take their opinion, only their opinion matters kind of energy. This Four of Pentacles in reverse, Pisces, is sort of, you have already begun sort of to release those thoughts of lack and that need to control whatever situation, whatever value this relationship. There's a need to release that, and that's very prevalently sort of important for you at this time to acknowledge that's sort of what's happening. Followed by that Sovereign. This is you sort of claiming it's yours, the powerful force that's within you. And I like it because assume the moment that you do that, the moment you start to claim that power, that inner sovereign within yourself, things start to change. There's a clear cut sharpness energy about this Queen of Swords. This is, she is sharp as attacked, right? So I feel like you are definitely an intellectual top of your game here. And you are sort of finding, a way here with this Crone of Wands to bridge between your head and heart. If you're 2 in your head right now, or if you're 2 in your heart, you're learning how to balance and bridge the gap between the two, which I think is a powerful dynamic. And when you can learn to do that, that's when things start to change. This Tower moment is an auspicious sign for you because it's in reverse, because this is saying, Pisces, the hard part is over. You worked through it, but you're working through this sense of releasing the past, releasing the traditions in this, releasing what sort of the anger, the blame, or the energy that kept you guys apart or brought you to this point of being apart in your connection as well. You're using that, that need to control this dynamic, the need to control how this relationship works out or ends out, is you've released that energy. You're like, well, it's what's going to be, it's going to be. And that's sort of what's coming to the edge for you. You're coming to the edge, Pisces. You're realizing, okay, if this is going to be, it's going to be, but it's going to be on my own terms, and my needs are going to be met, and I'm going to be respected for it. And it's going to be no more wishy-washy energy. They're not going to be allowed to show up half-assed anymore. And that's where the game changes, Pisces. That's really where the game changes. We have your partner's energy coming in helpless and hopeless. I feel this is what and at the end of the day, when you come into this with, sharp as attack and intellectually just kind of, you've already done the healing. You already processed the ending in your mind and heart, right? And that's where you know, with most water signs, I feel like people miss those signs. They're, you know, long before the end comes from a water sign, they've been preparing, right? You're, you know, dealing and then healing and feeling all through it, because by the time you're ready to walk away, you've done that part. So whenever you're not cold at the end of the day, you've done the process that they're about to go through already, right? You got this daydreams and decisions. Your partner's forced into making some hard choices, right? What are they going to do? They can no longer, you know, sit back and wonder, you know, they have to make some hard choices. What is going to change this connection? What am I going to do to keep this person? What am I going to do to keep my Pisces, right? And if they can't come up and show up in the best way forward, you're not going to be taking their energy anyhow. You're not going to be doing that. They have this moment of awakening. They have this true moment of awakening. They can either show up in the energy that you need them to, or they're going to have to essentially sit the fuck down so you can see the person behind you. That's how I feel like this is showing up. Now, again, whether you're in a twin flame, there is moments and periods of separation. Let me reiterate that, because you are going to go through them. There's no connection that is not going to go through challenging times. There's a runner and a chaser, and you're often going to bring out the worst in each other, right? And bring out the best in each other as well. This is a connection that will defy logic and explanation, and in every sort of emotional process along the way. These challenging times are what will bring you together as well as tear you apart. Now, there's going to be, you know, what you're going to have to really look at the core of this relationship. What is it, right? Oftentimes, you guys will split and you'll date other people, and then you'll come back because, you know, you'll realize how strong this connection is once you start to date other people, because you'll realize how, you know, other relationships or other energies can't quite compare, right? Not that you're trying to compare, but you do notice that the connection is just not the same. That's inevitable, right? And when you can sort of address that, you can take a look at what is really causing this, you know, the constant rift, the constant pain. Where are you guys constantly on opposite pages? Or how can you get on the same page? How can you kind of come together and heal together instead of let this rift and this dynamic tear you more apart, right? You have to come together. So that your partner's working through some daydreams and decisions, processes about sort of, you know, pros and cons, eliminating things through their head, looking at what this connection truly means. Again, whether you're in separation or you're not. And you having to have that trust that the universe essentially has your back, and taking that leap of faith is what your partner's going through. That leap of faith on what is important to them, and fighting for what is really important. And I think, you know, they're sort of awaiting results in that way, waiting results, you know, to see how you're going to respond to it, Pisces. You know, whether you're going to, you know, give and sort of open yourself up to this situation or a relationship again, sort of come to the edge, so to speak. I'm just going to clarify the Tower card, please. Can I clarify that Tower card? Can I clarify that Tower card, please? Yeah, Strength in reverse. You feel like the Tower broke you down. It really did. And it is a moment for you now to pick up, right? The hard times are over in this dynamic. If you guys can learn how to sit and talk your way through it and figure out what's left, if there is anything, right? But I feel like there is, right? But right now you may not be feeling that in the moment. Can I clarify the challenging times, please, for Pisces partner? You have to, you know, really work at the co-creation thing, right? Both people are going to have to want the fuck out of this relationship for it to work through these hard times, right? That King of Pentacles coming out. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but you're gonna have to, you know, they're gonna look at. They both come out in reverse, and look at, they're facing each other, King and Strength. So you guys are coming back to each other, but you're sort of, I feel like doing this hostile stare down at each other, like you're almost trying to stare through them for answers, and I feel like there's a sense of trying to see through them and trying to get the answers that you already know within your heart, right? Stop putting up so many walls between the two, and allow yourself to sort of be, right? Stop trying. So I feel like you're almost starting to hate. You're trying to create that animosity there. Let that go, right? Just let it go. The Lover's card coming out right there. There you have it. This is a powerful, true twin flame connection that's meant to go through a rite of passage with that Six of Swords. Exactly it. You're going through a rite of passage. One that is going, again, to defy so much. It's got you having a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worry here. Pisces, release it. Balance those energies out within yourself. And I feel like the answers are going to be a lot more easy, a lot more transparent and easy to come when you drop all this anger, blame, shame, guilt. You guys really got to come to a sense of peace here to move forward. Let's take a look at what your twin flame card is. We will read it from the book. I got, oh, okay, that's way too many. Can I get one twin flame card out for Pisces and a twin flame connection, please? It'll be like that, eh? All right. 10-10 reunion, reconciling differences, Pisces. Whoa. Like I said, it's a connection. It's a powerful one, right? And you will go through those times. Now, I just got to quickly find it in the book. Okay, here it is. Reuniting with your other half requires personal mastery for each partner. Like I was saying, both twin flames have to become unified individual souls that are whole before a healthy relationship can be established. The fastest way to reunion is to find balance within. This will shift the energetic polarities between both, which must be accomplished before alignment is possible. Just like in any relationship, you have to reconcile differences and heal past wounds. Both twin flames must release their ego, practice patience, develop compassion, learn to forgive, find acceptance, and love unconditionally. Doing so helps you both find peace in the process of healing together. Some twin flame relationships are romantic in nature, while others are for personal growth or to accomplish a joint mission. But this card serves as a reminder that the purpose for your twin flame journey is to help you align with the best version of yourself. So remain open, willing, and accepting of where your path leads. Don't worry, wonder, or wait. If you stay the course, you will align with divine love for yourself and attract your highest divine partner in this lifetime. Open your arms up, because there's a damn reunion coming. Until next time, namaste.